Hi, my name is Avni Mittal and I will be explaining some machine learning algorithms of clustering. So we will start with what are algorithms. Algorithms are processes or set of rules to be followed in calculations or other problem solving operations, especially by a computer. Now we will see what is machine learning and its various types. Machine learning is the science of getting computers to learn and act like humans do and improve their learning over time in autonomous fashion by feeding them data and information in the form of observations and real world interactions. Machine learning is of three types: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Supervised learning, so it is defined by its use of labeled data sets to train algorithms to classify or predict outcomes accurately. Unsupervised learning, it is the kind of learning in which the users do not need to supervise the model. Instead, it allows the model to work on its own to discover patterns and information that was previously undetected. It mainly deals with the unlabeled data. Clustering also falls under unsupervised learning only. Reinforcement learning. It is concerned with how intelligent agents ought to take actions in an environment in order to maximize the notion of cumulative reward. Now we learn particularly about unsupervised learning. So the types of unsupervised learning are clustering and association. Clustering is grouping a set of objects in such a manner that objects in the same group are more similar than those objects belonging to other groups. Whereas association is the process of measuring the degree of association between any two items. Association does not involve clustering of data. Now we'll see what clustering is. So the significance of clustering algorithms is to extract value from large quantities of structured and unstructured data. It allows you to segregate data based on their properties and features and group them into different clusters depending on their similarities. Now the two properties that the clusters have to follow are: number one, all the data points in a cluster should be similar to each other, and property number two is that the data points from different clusters should be as different as possible. Some of the major clustering algorithms are k-means clustering algorithm, mean shift clustering algorithm, density-based spatial clustering, expectation maximization clustering, hierarchical clustering. We'll be seeing k-means clustering algorithm and hierarchical clustering algorithm in detail now. K-means clustering algorithm. So the k-means clustering algorithm is an iterative process where we try to minimize the distance of the data points from the average data point in a cluster. So the first step is to define the number of clusters, that is our k, which has to be given as an input to the algorithm, which then randomly selects any k points from the dataset, and for all the other points, it assigns them to the nearest cluster. These steps are repeated by computing the distance of each point from the group center and assigning the point to that group until the group centers don't change. These steps are repeated a few more times by selecting k points randomly and then repeating the other steps too. So we finally choose the best possibility with the minimum variance in the clusters. So to find out the number of clusters, that is the value of k, one thing that can be done is we can plot an elbow plot. We can try running the algorithm for different values of k, and by plotting these values, a live demonstration of the algorithm running can be seen on the graph on the right. Hierarchical clustering. Hierarchical clustering algorithms seek to create a hierarchy of clustered data points. The algorithm aims to minimize the number of clusters by merging those closest to one another. So in hierarchical clustering, we don't need to supply the number of clusters. Initially, each object is considered as a separate cluster. We then identify the two most similar clusters, which can be according to our own selected distance metric, which can vary from Euclidean distance to Manhattan distance or even just an average. So we identify the two most similar clusters and then we merge them. This process is repeated until we reach the root of the tree, that is, we only have one cluster in the end. So hierarchical clustering is followed with a diagram like this. This is known as a Deno diagram. It indicates the similarity and the order of formation. So the shortest branch is the one which was formed in the most beginning, and so on and so forth. A demonstration of the running algorithm can be seen in the graphs. So now we will be talking about the various applications of clustering algorithms. So they can be used for recognizing the patterns in clustered data, to recognize the defects in the data collected, identifying various dependencies in the data, cleansing the datasets by removing unwanted features. Some of the real life uses can be number one, fake news identification. So, taking in the content of fake news articles, the corpus, examining the words used, and then clustering them. These clusters are what helps the algorithm determine which pieces are genuine and which are fake news. Another use can be spam filters. Looking at the different sections of the email, header, sender, and content, the data is then grouped together. These groups can be then classified to identify which are spam, including clustering in the classification process improves the accuracy of the filter to 97%. Marketing and sales. Clustering algorithms are able to group together people with similar traits and likelihood to purchase. Once you have the groups, you can run tests on each group with different marketing copy. Some more real life uses can be network traffic classification. So, k-mean clustering is used to group together characteristics of the traffic sources. When the clusters are created, you can then classify the traffic types. The process is faster and more accurate. Document analysis. Hierarchical clustering has been used to solve this problem. The algorithm is able to look at the text and group it into different themes. Using this technique, you can cluster and organize similar documents quickly using the characteristics identified in the paragraph. Criminal activity identification. By analyzing the GPS logs, the algorithm is able to group similar behaviors. Based on the characteristics of the groups, you are then able to classify them into those that are real and which are fraudulent. So that is it for my explanation. The references can be found in the links below. Thank you so much.